Currently, there is an exponential growth in interest for medical cannabis from patients, doctors, industries, and governments. The increase in news and awareness among the public has been accompanied by high-level scientific research on the effects of cannabinoids, highlighting their interaction with a number of pathways throughout our bodies, destined to re-establish homeostasis or balance. Developments in the US regarding legalization of cannabis for medicinal purposes are leading to more countries applying for similar legislation. Use of cannabidiol, CBD, the non-psychoactive compound of cannabis, has been growing in the last decade, with a significant spike in the past 2 years. Many patients around the globe use it for managing different conditions, from diabetes to pain, anxiety, and a number of inflammatory conditions such as Crohn's disease, arthritis, or fibromyalgia. Whilst high CBD cannabis strains are still considered illegal in several countries, patients have been looking onto hemp for supplying their CBD requirements. However, CBD products derived from hemp extracts with insignificant THC contents and therefore non-psychoactive have been marketed as food supplements and sold within a gray area of current legislation. This factor has contributed to the rise of a number of companies which lack any standardized control for production and manufacture. The FDA has reported more than a few frauds amongst CBD-containing products sold online, which lacked certification, reporting false percentage contents, and which did not meet standard criteria for production. This issue can have dramatic consequences for patients who hence rely on products without clear traceability. We address this problem in another article, the importance of cannabinoid analysis, and I've been always committed to allow our readers to obtain unbiased, reliable, evidence-based information. Last year, we've been screening a number of European CBD companies and selected a couple which met the highest standards for quality control from seed to the final product. We've been able since then to connect patients requiring CBD to safe products, and not only, we managed to guarantee for them a discount unmatched by any distributor. We strongly believe that the formal reintroduction of cannabis in medicine requires the introduction of a quality and safety control management system. First and foremost, quality control should guarantee transparency on production system from seed to the end product. So it seems like finally the Ministry of Health have understood the importance of regulating this market, as a recent statement from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, the MHRA in the UK, has reviewed the classification of products containing CBD and found them to meet the definition of a medicinal product. However, even if this is good news from a long-term point of view and may hasten legalization of medical cannabis in the UK too, from this decision will follow that in a few days many British patients won't be able to access CBD products, as no other company except Big Pharma GW Pharmaceuticals owns a medical license for which application amounts to £103,000 and a full-scale clinical trial proving safety and efficacy. An MHRA spokesperson put it bluntly: "We have determined that products containing cannabidiol, CBD, are a medicine. This means that these products must have a medicine's license before they can be legally sold or supplied in the UK. The products will have to meet safety, quality, and effectiveness standards to protect public health." We could not agree more with the fact that phytotherapeutics must be recognized and shadowed just like any other medicine. However, this feels like a poorly thought through and knee-jerk decision. It is based on approval for Epidiolex for epilepsy, an oral high CBD containing spray which has been tested by GW Pharmaceuticals. Ironically, the recognition of the medical properties of CBD will only account for the pathologies which have undergone a full-scale clinical trial, meaning that despite all evidences of safety and absence of side effects and toxicity of CBD, all patients utilizing CBD for conditions other than epilepsy will automatically be denied this medicine. But devotion to formal procedure may have caused us to undervalue anecdotal evidence. Regulators today are willing to accept the experience of physicians and patients as evidence of adverse effects, but not as evidence of therapeutic effects. Yet case studies and clinical experience are the source of much of our understanding of synthetic medicines as well as plant derivatives. With thousands of studies demonstrating the critical importance of CBD in human and animal health, it should be a priority for governments to fund clinical trials instead of pretending that hemp companies cover the cost of such an expensive endeavor. The MHRA decision will most definitely drive more patients using cannabis, which is still illegal in the UK, and that therefore will prove dangerous for two obvious reasons. The black market does not follow any quality control, therefore putting customers on an even more risky road, and patients could get arrested. Not only, realistically, no company growing hemp having the intention of applying for a medical license, even if it grows by the best organic standards and follows GMP regulation to deliver the safest products, could ever afford to get a license from the MHRA in the next 12 months, which de facto has just donated to the UK-based Big Pharma a monopoly on the sales of CBD throughout all Great Britain. It seems that more than guaranteeing safety to UK's patients, the MHRA has just guaranteed GW safe to become fatter and fatter at the expense of patients suffering. What do you all think of this? Will it be the drop which will make legalization move faster, or is it just another way by which pharma lobbies control legislation? If you want to help UK patients, you can do so by adding your name to their petition at endyourpain.org, or just click here. Thank you very much for following us at naturegoingsmart.com, where we make plenty of reliable information to help you and this planet be at best health.